morning, YouTube. So it's a little bit later before I started video, and I've been here for a while. It is, I guess, around 9 o'clock, and we have already eaten our breakfast together, and we sat together and sorted out our cume folders, and like we had to let our office person know some information from our cume folders, so we got that taken care of and sorted them by class and put those back up. And then we also went through their portfolios and sorted those by class. We're going to plan later today of like specifically what we're going to teach next week and try to get that hammered down and get some plans in the book. I put out all my planners on their desks because I don't put names on their desk right away. And the reason why is because, well, I'll just show you. So in my room, I have a table, and then I have the regular desks that are just like regular desks with a cubby area on it. And then I also have a stand-up desk, and my kids get choices of where they get to sit. So I don't want to like hammer down and say you have to sit here because that's the seat I assigned you. So I don't put names on their desk until they get to choose which kind of desk that they would like to. And the same for my jobs. I put names in their job chart, but for the first week we kind of switch those jobs around each day, so that people get to do a lot of different jobs and they get to see what the jobs entails before they choose which job they want for the whole rest of the 9 weeks. Hello, so it is 11:52, like almost 12 o'clock, and we just finished planning with our team. So we got our whole week 1 lessons, papers sorted out, we got them put into plan book, the lessons put into plan book. So even though that took quite a big chunk of the day, it really is good because then like everything is done, and that really does kind of help even like next week's plans, because some of those will be the same things in the same time. So just pushing that through until we get in our regular routine after we complete M class and get into like switching classes and that kind of thing. My to-do list this morning is not, or I guess it's almost this afternoon, is not as long as before, but it is, I mean, it's pretty important stuff. So I'll turn you around so you can see. So I have to organize my lesson plan files. So we sorted them all. I've just got to put them in. I have folders. I'll show you that in a minute. I just have folders that I put like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I just have to put it into that. They gave us new lunch cards this year and holders for that. So I just have to put those in and figure out where I'm going to hang them, because last year I just used cards that you put in a pocket. I have math bags that I made, and they look like this. I'll show you. And I have a whole, I think I have a video from last year about my math bags, but I have these, and then I haven't hung them on the backs of their chairs yet. And so on the back of their chairs, they have these, they're just command hooks, but then I hot glued them on, and then those bags just basically hang on those hooks. And so I have to hang some more hooks because some of them came off, so I have to hang those and hang up the math bags on there. I've got to organize their work folders, which I guess that's backwards for you, right? So I guess I have to turn it around. Hate that my phone will not switch back and forth. That's why I like my camera better, but anyway. I have to label their work folders, put their work folders together, and that way they have a place to put their stuff whenever they start finishing things next week. I use, instead of, like I know a lot of people use like mailboxes, I use these for all of their work, and I just say like put it in your pocket. And so it's the cutest thing whenever they first get used to that vernacular. They'll all like fold up their paper and try to put it in their actual pocket. So I have to be very specific. Put it in your pocket in the front of the room. Last year, I had my teacher area back here in this space, and I moved it right at the end of the year to this space. And I know that's like all of our papers I've got to organize. And so I've got to like organize this teacher space so that it works for what I need. Right now it's just like what I think I might need. So I've got to really think through that, make that a workable space. And then I let my kids vote for lunch on my smart board. So I've just got to set their names up on there. And then I use a Google Doc for their hall pass. They actually scan it and it goes into a document, and they tap what they're in at that time. They put their name in and tap what they're in. And it really does help, because then if a child goes to the bathroom 4 times during the day, I can share with the parents, look, this is how many times they went besides the times that we go together. So I'm hoping to get all that done pretty quickly. I'm not sure if I'm going to stop and grab something to eat right now, or if I'm just going to keep working. I really would like to get as much done as I can as quickly. I'm going to kind of hide the kids' names, but I want to show you how that my kids vote for lunch. So I have this up on my smart board, and it says choice 1, choice 2, choice 3, and I always like type what those choices are, and then my kids will just drag their name up to whichever one of those that they want. And it'll actually be like, I won't show you the names, it'll be like up on the smart board, and they can go up, touch the screen, and drag it up there to vote for lunch. So I got that finished, and it works very well. They get to touch the smart board, they get all those little touchies out, and it really does save me a lot of time, because any names that are left at the bottom means that person is absent that day. Okay, so my plan was to leave about 3:30, and it is 4:15, and I'm still here, and I'm still working. We had a little fiasco with our plan book. We have to use planbook.com to put all our lesson plans in. So we sat together as a team, and I'm going to turn on one of these lights because I realize like I'm in the dark and you probably can't see me. So we sat for like what, an hour? And well, we planned for like 2 hours this morning. Was it about 2 hours? About 2 hours this morning, which was very productive. Like, that was a great time. Like, we got everything planned. And then the idea was we put it all in one person's plan book, and then we were just going to copy it over, which is, you're supposed to be able to do that. And then they got ready to copy theirs over after we got back from lunch, and nothing copied. And we worked on it. We changed formats. We worked on it for about an hour. And so really that was wasted time, because then when we called somebody who like we thought might be able to help us, we found out that it was having problems everywhere. So it would have been nice to have like had an email about that, or a memo or something, before we wasted all that time. So now I'm like an hour behind of things that I'm trying to get done. So what I've done is on their planners that they have, I take and put a little clip in there. So I went around and did that, and that just helps them to be able to find what day that we're on. That's a super, super good tip. And then I use purple work folders. That way they're bright. They're all the same color. So I've got their name on there, and I just give that to them, and they just put their work in there, and they keep it with them until I'm ready to take it up. And that's one less thing that I have to deal with. I figured out how they're all going home on the first day and the rest of the week. Hopefully I've figured that out, because that's an important thing. I still have to... Oh, I labeled their pockets. That's where I put all their work. So I got those labeled. And I kind of organized my teacher area. It's still not like I like it, but I'm thinking it can do for Monday. So I might finish a few things up, put my board up, and head out maybe. I don't know. I might come in and work tomorrow, because the school's going to be open from like 10 to 2, 10 to 4, something. I don't know. So I might try to come in and get some stuff done tomorrow. So yeah, have a great day. Hello, my YouTube friends. So I decided that I wasn't going to come to school today because I had a lot that I needed to get done. I'm unloading so I can get you out. I'm not just videoing. I decided that I was getting so much done at home, I wasn't going to come in. I was just going to make it all happen tomorrow or Monday. And then I looked online and my niece and sister-in-law were having a yard sale, and they had something that I really wanted for my classroom and that I thought I could really use. Well, so then I ran up. They live right beside me, by the way. And so I ran up there, picked it up, put it it was in my dad's room, and then I realized, how was I going to get it to school on the first day of school? So then it was undeniable. I was going to have to come today. So I ended up bringing my younger niece. You want to be in there? Say hello.
Hey.
And she is going to help me clean my iPads, which is something I was going to do today, and to put together this. And then I also made a wreath, or not wreath, I don't know, it's like a curtain, but it's made out of coffee filters. And it's all different colors. There's 4 different things of that. So I'm going to hang it up in my room because I've kind of been putting that off as well. And I got to come back and get it because we've kind of got our hands full. So I will update you on what you're doing. I actually didn't get yesterday's video uploaded because Kenneth surprised me and took me out for my birthday since we had open house on my actual birthday. So I will just link this in with yesterday's vlog. About this, I had to get rid of my display shelf. Well, I didn't have to. I could have modified it, and that just wasn't happening. I couldn't do it. It was driving me crazy. I had this really pretty, I painted it. I mean, it wasn't pretty when I got it. Really pretty purple shelf. I don't know how you call them, but like book display shelf, similar to this one. See how it's got like different levels? I love this one. It fits all of my treasures books exactly perfectly. It is not very pretty, but it works. It's very functional, and it works, and it's very sturdy. The one that I had, the shelves on it just weren't wide enough, so every time a kid would bump the shelf, all the books would fall off. So all day long we were picking up books. It was ridiculous. It was even ridiculous when Maggie was in here, wasn't it? That was one of her jobs. She had to pick up books a lot. So I ended up getting rid of that. Well, I needed a place to put this, and literally, like, as you walk in my room, bam, that's what you see. Not very pretty. So, like I said, I was looking at what my sister-in-law and nieces were getting rid of, and this was there, and look at those beautiful bucket colors. I mean, they are just so pretty. Love them, love them. And so it's a very sturdy shelf. Like, once I tightened up the screws and I cleaned it up. So I think it's going to work great, and I'm going to put it right there at the end. So that's what you see when you come in, and then that on the other side, and it'll still work the same. It'll be functional. It just won't be right, like bam, in your face, ugly right away. And maybe eventually I'll paint that, but that ain't happening before Monday. So all of our kids have we have one-to-one iPads, and I try to give them like their number, not try to, I do. Their number that they get for my class corresponds to their iPad number, and actually that's what their number is set to, is their iPad number. And last year we had different cases. The year before we had cases that were open in the back, so they actually like stuck the sticker to the metal part of the iPad because it was kind of like right in here. It had a circle that opened and the iPad metal part was exposed. And that was super nice because the stickers, the labels stuck very well. With our iPad cases, these Otter ones, you can see this is what happens. They don't really stick as they use them. They get gunky and they're nasty. But it's really, I have to label them somehow with their name because they don't all remember what number they are, or if an iPad gets left in my room and like we all have numbers, like we all have a 16 or we all have a 4. And so if an iPad gets left in my room from another class and it only had the number in it, I wouldn't actually know if it's my 14 or their 14. So I put labels on it also with the number, but then also, or with the name, but also on the iPad itself at the very bottom, which it's all rubbed off. Like you can see, you can't even see that there was a number on there. I'm trying to find one that's more prominent. See, you can see, like this one's a number 2, and then that will go in the number 2. So one of the things that I wanted to do today is I got another silver paint pen because I didn't write these on there, technology did, but they didn't get a chance to do that this year. So now all my numbers are rubbed off, and so I don't know whose iPad is who. And I haven't labeled them yet for the kids, but it's not a big deal if I don't get all this done today because we actually aren't using the iPads until Tuesday. So I can always do this Monday afternoon if I don't actually get to it today, if I don't get it all done today. That one has paint on it or something. Couple things accomplished that I wanted to. I made these, I don't know what you call them. They're coffee filter backdrop pretty things. I don't know. I don't know what you call them. But I put 3 of them on that side and 2 of them on that side, and I just think they add a little something. I may actually, because this is kind of bothering me, I may actually trim off still have the blue up there, but I may trim it so it's even with the top of my board because, I don't know, it's just playing with my OCD brain and I can't, it's bothering me. So I might have to do that. But we got the shelf put together. Maggie cleaned it for me. I got the iPads. I definitely got them started. They're still not turning on, so I will just have to wait to figure out what number each one of those are so that I can put those names on them on Monday. So Miss Maggie and I have made it to Hickory, and we are coming down here. What are we coming to get?
Cricket.
A cricket. I am beside myself because I found out this morning when I was getting ready to order my cricket, I was just going to order one online, and because I found out that Joann's has the wisteria one, and it is beautiful. It's like shiny and shimmery, and I found out that here they have it on sale and they have it in stock, so I don't even have to order it and I don't even have to wait for it. So I'm so super excited. We're getting ready to go in the store now. Oh my gosh, here it is. Is that not beautiful? It is gorgeous. Look how pretty that is. That's the one I'm getting. I'm so super excited. I just gotta find it. Like, I don't see it. I just see that one.